Hey everybody, so today is going to be a different type of video. We're going to do a day in the life of a uni student at McMaster University, and I'll be focusing mostly on the iPad Air M2, and I'm going to be doing sort of like a battery test kind of style video, and I'll just be showing what my usage is like day to day using this iPad. So let's get started. First thing I did was wake up around 8-ish, 8:45, and then here's a time lapse of me making the bed. You know, the sun looks really nice, really majestic actually. And just doing some general cleaning up my laundry and the floor and everything. And then here I am packing up my bag, adding some water to my water bottle, packing up my laptop and stuff. And I pulled out the lint roller because my clothes were dusty as heck. So yeah. Here we have the star of the show, the iPad. So today I'm just gonna try to do a sort of battery test and also just show me using this iPad in my day-to-day life. Because midterms are coming up, so I'm gonna be using this thing quite a bit for studying, and I'll probably do that later today. But yeah, I have the charge limit feature on, so it's going to be at 80%, and we're going to drain it from 80% down to the end of the day and see where we're at. So I'm going to pack this guy up. Aww. We're going to head to our first class, which is the C++ object-oriented programming. On the elevator, and then I started walking towards my first class, which was object-oriented programming, and there were these fire trucks and ambulances outside of this one building, which was concerning, but it's actually kind of a common occurrence. And here I am walking to my class, and now I'm in programming class. So the iPad is quite useful for a couple things here. So annotating slides for one is useful. I always just like have the lecture slides open on my iPad beforehand, and then as the teacher's talking through the slides, I can annotate the slides based on what the teacher is saying. The lectures are mostly theory-based, and for actual coding during the lecture, we're expected to use our lab computers anyways. So the iPad works out great for taking notes on all the theory and all the lecture slide contents. Oh, I also forgot to give a battery update, so it's 9:29 a.m. and we are at 80%. At one point I turned Wi-Fi off so I wouldn't get distracted because I began doom scrolling Reddit, but then later I turned it back on so it's a more realistic battery test. Now we are at 10:32 a.m. and the battery is at 76%. Another advantage of using the iPad to take notes is that I can use the camera on the back to take pictures of stuff the teacher draws on the whiteboard. It's not the best quality, but overall being able to take a snapshot of the whiteboard and just put it on my iPad and keep it there for later reference, that's pretty smashing awesome. So now I'm done the first class for the day, and I'm heading out of the building, and I'm walking over to get some food. And it was snowing, it was kind of nice actually, so I took this video, and yeah. Someone also built an igloo, or they built part of an igloo in the field, which is pretty cool. It's like a little winter wonderland. So after that one class where it was just kind of sitting there with its notes open, at 11:20 a.m. we are at 70%, which ain't too bad actually. So now I'm gonna watch a bit of iCarly on Netflix as I eat. Now at 11:25 a.m. we are at 69%. I'm here eating my teriyaki chicken while watching iCarly on Netflix. It's a little bit later now, we are at 11:45 a.m. and we are now at 66%, so we lost 3% in 20 minutes. I was feeling hungry, so I got some Tim Hortons donuts and a nice coffee, kept watching some more iCarly. Now 10 minutes later, 11:55, and we are at 65%, so we lost 1% in those 10 minutes. And now at 12:12 p.m. we are at 62%, still watching iCarly. Then I walked back to my dorm. The weather was really nice actually. Here I am taking the elevator back to my dorm. My poster fell, so I had to put that back on. And then I logged in for a bit to do my lab report. This was mostly on my MacBook. I didn't really use my iPad for any of this, so my iPad just kind of sat there. But at one point you do see me take the iPad and use it to scan the lab data sheet that I have. So basically we have a physical lab data sheet that we use in the actual lab, and then we have to scan and make a digital copy and submit that with our actual lab report. So the iPad is really useful for that. Its back camera is pretty good for scanning documents and stuff, although my phone honestly also does the job just fine. Then I logged in a little more for my lab report, did a decent amount of work on it. We're gonna go to the library and do some studying. So now we're in the library ready to lock in and study, and it's 2:08 and our battery is currently at 60%. And here's a time lapse of me locking in, doing some electricity work because I had a midterm. And one of the best things about studying with the iPad is that you can have everything just on the iPad. Like I have my music here, I have my solutions here, I have my problems here, I have my workspace here. Everything is all on this one device, and it just makes everything so much easier, so much more convenient, and it's really nice. And here's the continued time lapse of me studying. I actually got rid of the MacBook because I realized that I could just split screen everything on my iPad. So it's just me and the iPad locking in, doing some work. At one point, however, GoodNotes did crash. Everything saved and everything was fine, but it was a minor inconvenience, so that was a bit annoying. So after a bit of locking in, at 3:09 p.m., the battery is at 44%. Afterwards, I headed out of the library to go to my next class, which was a Gentech business tutorial. And in this class, we didn't actually do much. We just played this paperclip making game, and the teacher was like, oh, this just teaches you about like supply and demand and managing your resources. But it was just a fun clicker game. So I played that the entire time, and I got a decently high score actually. Then I went to get more food, got chicken teriyaki again. I booted up Netflix to watch iCarly, and at 4:47 p.m. we were at 40%. After finishing my food, it is 5:04 p.m. and my battery is at 38%. At this point, the sun was setting and it was absolutely gorgeous outside. The view was wonderful, everything was kind of glowing, just magnificent. Here's some more outdoor shots because it just looked absolutely phenomenal that day with the beautiful skies and the beautiful sun. And the paramedics were still there somehow.
What? How are they still here? Heading to the final class of the day. I'm in my lecture hall now. OneNote. And this guy, he's an iPad kid. His setup is a Microsoft Surface. Ew. So the teacher has the OneNote class notebook there, and then I can have my notes here, and then I can access the class notebook in the OneNote app as well. So I can open whatever the teacher has open there on here, and then I can just copy it off. And this way I don't have to keep looking up and then back at my tablet, up, down, up, down. I can just have it all on here, which is pretty neat. Look at how many paper clips I got.
And the other thing, towards the end of the class, we're going to solve the problem.
Done the lecture.
Not a lot of content. We can do it. Like, we can do above an 80.
Oh, I got a goopy.
After the class, I went to go get some food with some friends.
Look, we got a burger. It's a really tall burger. Some Jello, candy. These lights are flashing. Kind of annoying, but it's fine. And bro got scammed because look at how much empty space there is. He got robbed. I drew that. Oh, this is actually really good. And I also drew that. Wait, no, I didn't draw that. I drew this one, this blue one that someone erased. They're an op. My friend drew that. I feel like I drew something else here. Oh, the low taper fade. I drew this. Massive. And it's been, had to meet up with some people to talk about future houses for second year after my class, and I got a bit of food, of course. So now I'm heading back to res. Probably gonna go to the gym for a bit and then do some studying.
So to end the day off, it's 9:28 p.m. and we are at 15%, and we started the day with 80% at 9 a.m. So over the course of a little over 12 hours, we got almost 7 hours of screen on time and we lost 65%. So honestly, not too bad. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. Again, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a bit of a different kind of video than you'd expect from the channel, but I thought it would be fun to try out a sort of day in the life kind of video, and we'll see how it does. And it was really fun testing out the iPad's battery and just showing how I use the iPad in my everyday life. I personally think the iPad is a beneficial student tool if you use it properly, but again, it can be distracting. As you saw in my early programming lecture, I was doom scrolling Reddit, so it can be distracting, but it's all about having the self-control to not doom scroll Reddit, which I clearly don't have. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, then consider liking and subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, affiliate links to buy the iPad, the case, the pencil, the screen protector, they're all in the description below and also in the comments. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, then check those links out. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Be awesome and stay techie. Bye!
It's the next day and someone has changed. Looks like they were heartbroken. Someone has changed the words. Ew. Any words? Anything you want to say to the world? No? I'm gonna keep it running though. I'm at 800k right now.
Oh, I got 6.3.
Trying to like scam it, bro.
I'm gonna keep running it. More auto
You keep it
clickers.
open.
More auto clickers.
Bro, I am so cooked. There's still
Hey, wash your man.
I'm so sad.
Wash your man.